Right, so tuloy natin yung lessons natin dito sa network topology section, and on this video or on this lesson, consider this as a bonus video or a bonus lesson, and pag-usapan natin yung cloud fundamentals nga na nabanggit ko kanina. Okay, so let's talk about the cloud computing benefits first. Ano yung mga advantages or ano yung mga benefits na makukuha natin when we implement cloud computing or cloud technology in our infrastructure. So yung first benefit is basically speed. So nabanggit ko kanina, you can start a project and then implement it immediately or today or the next day. Hindi katulad nung on-premise or legacy setup or traditional setup na you have to procure devices, you have to set up the place, or for example, yung data center or MDF, etc. O kaya naman, kailangan mong antayin pa yung mga other vendor or other contractor na magsiset up nung project na yun. Wherein kapag ka-cloud, you can subscribe to those cloud providers na nag-o-offer ng kailangan mong service or applications, and boom, it's already done. Diba? So speed is one of the best benefits na may ibibigay ng cloud computing or cloud technology in our business or in our enterprises today. Okay? Another what do you call this? Another benefits is cost. It can reduce cost as we go. Kasi nga, nabanggit ko kanina, di ba? We only need to pay or rent for what we use. Diba? So, ibig sabihin, kung kailangan mong mag-upscale ng mga services mo, example, yung example natin kanina is storage or, for example, backup. Ito na lang, okay, para simple. So, storage or backup yung business natin. Now, sabihin na natin na you're a small company, for example, na nag-o-offer ng ganitong type of service sa mga kliyente. Now, kung kailangan mong mag-scale, napakadali lang. Kasi kailangan mo lang i-upgrade yung subscription mo, you can already scale and grow your business. Now, when it comes to cost, for example, mas nakakatipid ka rin kasi hindi katulad sa traditional or legacy setup wherein kailangan mo nang bumili ng mga storage devices or storage servers kahit naman hindi pa ready yung business mo for scale. 'Di ba? Nagigets nyo, 'di ba? So, ibig sabihin, nandun na, nabili mo na yung mga devices pero hindi mo naman na-utilize pa dahil ni-ready mo lang yun once na kailanganin. Now, when it comes to cloud, you rent or you pay as you go. You rent or you pay as you use it. Now, yung cost, syempre, nakakatipid ka. As well as yung what do you call this? Doon mo lang siya binabayaran kung kailan mo kailangan. 'Di ba? And then sabi ko nga hindi mo na kailangan mag-procure or bumili ng mga mamahalin or napakaraming hardwares and devices para lang mai-provide or mai-ready, sabihin na natin mai-ready para masabi kang scale ready yung business mo. Pero sa cloud, we can do that as we go, as we move forward, as we grow our business. So yun yung isa sa kagandahan or yung one of the cost benefits na tinatawag nating cloud computing. Another benefits is scalability. So kanina nabanggit ko, 'di ba? Let's say for example, you're renting a 10 terabyte space na ino-offer mo sa mga kliyente mo. Let's say na lang meron kang app na sa mga cellphone or smartphone or laptops nila nag-o-offer ng backup. Meron kang 10 terabytes na space na ino-offer dun sa app na yon. Now, let's say for example, napuno na yung dumami yung customer mo kasi nag-viral ka, 'di ba? Ngayon, you need to scale. So, kailangan mo na maging 100 terabytes. Sobrang laki naman nun. Now, syempre, kung sa traditional or sa, for example, kung sa traditional or, what do you call this? Sa traditional or sa legacy setup yon, you have to procure, again, a lot of servers, a lot of devices para ma-scale yung business mo. Wherein, in cloud, kailangan mo na lang mag-upgrade ng subscription mo dun sa cloud provider and ready na yun dahil sabi ko nga they already have the high level and high availability and high-end data centers and devices na mag-o-offer sa'yo nung kailangan mo. So yung 100 terabytes mo, poop, isang click lang yon, isang bayad mo lang, boom, scale na kagad yung business mo. Speed, cost, scale. Those are the major benefits when it comes to cloud. Now, another benefits is of course accessibility. Kasi nga, we can access it anywhere as long as we have an internet connection. Kasi when it comes to cloud, we utilize the internet, di ba? So, yung security, yung kumbaga distribution, ang bahala na dyan is yung provider kasi nga they are all available throughout the internet. Now, if you have a legacy setup, ibig sabihin, for example, nandito yung data center natin, main branch, kung gusto mong ma-access yung mga resources or application mo in anywhere on any part of the world, you need to set up a public server para ma-access yun. O kaya naman, for example, dun sa mga branches mo, kailangan mo mag-set up ng VPN para yung mga empleyado mo makakonect anywhere kung kailangan nilang connect. Like right now, kasagsagan ng pandemic, they need to work from home. So, kailangan mo ng mga VPN-capable firewalls or routers para ma-implement yun. Wherein, sa cloud, they already have that. Kasi, accessibility na siya as long as the user or, for example, the enterprise or your client has an internet connection. Make sense? So, yun yung other major benefits, accessibility. And then another one is, storage and backup. Nandyan na pala tayo. Storage and backup will basically, ganun din, di ba? Sabi ko nga, sila na, yung provider na ng services or cloud provider na ang bahala for storage and backup. Hindi mo na kailangan, again, yung storage and backup business mo, hindi mo na kailangan i-backup manually dahil ang magba-backup na nun is yung cloud provider. You're getting this, di ba? So, ibig sabihin, para kang, what's the best example? For example, what do you call this? Wala yun na sa isip ko. Anyway, ang kagandahan kasi dito is you only pay for what you use and you only pay as you go. Di ba? For example, dapat ganun na rin yung mga internet eh. Di ba? Siguro ang pinakamagandang example is, ano ba? Wala akong maisip. Storage and backup yun nasa isip ko. Anyway, so we're gonna talk about that later pagdating dun sa types of services in cloud computing. So for now, I guess, nagigets mo, meron ka ng basic foundation or basic understanding kung ano yung mga main benefits kaya sumisikat, kaya nag-boom itong tinatawag natin na cloud computing. Right? So, I guess that we can go ahead and talk about the types of cloud computing technology na meron or makakasalamuha natin in our networks today. So, ito na. Dito natin pag-usapan yung mga types of service or types of medyo mainit types of cloud technology na available sa industry today. So, yung, pag sinabi natin cloud computing or cloud technology, it's being divided in two major categories. Okay? So, yung una is basically yung tinatawag nating services or what do you call this? Yung IaaS, PaaS, and SaaS. Ito yung mga tinatawag natin na cloud services. Right? And then the other category would be the deployment. Kung saan naman pumapasok, yung tinatawag natin na private, hybrid, as well as yung public. Okay? So, ang tawag natin dyan, cloud deployment. So, again, when it comes to cloud computing, it's being mostly divided into two major categories, which is cloud services and then cloud deployment. So, yung deployment is basically, think of it like the implementation, the topology. This one is the product itself as a service, of course. So, we're gonna discuss each of this right now. Okay? So, pag-usapan natin yung first, yung tinatawag nating cloud services, yung first category. Cloud services, we have 3 cloud services as of now. Kung meron mang madadagdag, malamang meron, pero for now, this is the basic cloud services na makikita natin in our industry today. So, yung first is, yung tinatawag nating infrastructure as a service. Pangalawa is yung PaaS, which is yung platform as a service. And then yung pangatlo is basically SaaS or software as a service. Now, ano yung pinagkaiba ng tatlo? Well, kapag sinabi nating what do you call this? Pag sinabi nating IaaS or infrastructure as a service, it only provides, or the provider, for example, the cloud provider only provides the networks and delivers computer infrastructure. So, infrastructure as a service. So, yung network and delivers computer infrastructure. So, ang mga common cloud providers na nag-offer ng infrastructure services are si Amazon or yung mga EC2 ni Amazon Web Services or EC2 AWS. So, yan yung mga ilan sa mga common na infrastructure as a service providers in our industry today. Right? And then when it comes to platform as a service, itong pangalawa, platform as a service, hindi lang network or hindi lang infrastructure yung pinoprovide, kasama na rin sa services yung mga operating system. So this one, network and infra. This one naman, ganun din, network, infra, as well as operating system. Diba? So, the computer platform, kumbaga, yung pwede na tayong mag-develop, parang meron tayong environment, kumbaga, pwede na tayong mag-develop or we can allow meron na tayong sarili nating platform, kumbaga, yung environment natin. Diba? So, pwede na tayong mag-develop, mag-run, mag-manage sa mga applications within dito sa platform as a service. Nagre-renta tayo, we pay as we go, we pay as we use for that platform. It already includes network, infrastructure, and as well as operating system dun sa environment na yon. Make sense? So, ang isa sa pinakasikat na cloud provider na nag-o-offer ng platform as a service is si Azure. So, Microsoft Azure. Okay? So, yun yung pinakasikat. Now, when it comes to software as a service, yung pangatlo natin, dito naman pumapasok, yung tinatawag natin, siyempre, nandyan din lahat yun, network, infra, and then, OS, as well as softwares. Siyempre, kumbaga parang overall, pumapasok naman dito sa software as a service, lahat na. Okay, so lahat na. Ibig sabihin, it comes in all of the needs ng clients or ng enterprise na kailangan nila when it comes to services. So lahat na, like network, infrastructure, operating system, and softwares. So, kumbaga, ito na yung di ba yung katulad ko, di ba? Right now, I'm subscribed, for example, into one of the software as a service like Teachable. Diba? Teachable, although it's called online learning or learning management platform, it's also a software as a service. Kasi they already provide everything I need for my online teaching as well as yung emails provider ko like MailerLite. They are cloud provider or tinatawag nating SaaS company na nag-o-offer ng software as a service product sa mga clients or mga clients or customers nila. Diba, ang pinakamagandang example naman or ang pinaka-best example for software as a service is MS365 or Microsoft Office 365. So, you pay as you go, you pay as you use, pero you already have everything you need. So, included na yung network, infra, OS, and software as the product itself. We're good with this, nagigets? So, yan yung pinaka-basic foundation or pinaka-basic knowledge na kailangan nating maintindihan when it's come to the first category of cloud computing, which is yung cloud services. Let's go ahead on the second one, yung tinatawag nating cloud deployment. Ito, madali na lang to eh. Diba? So, from the term itself, siguro naman hindi ganun kadali or hindi ganun kahirap intindihin kapag sinabi natin na ang deployment is via public. So, public, this is basically available sa in the internet. Kasi syempre, everything is accessed out through the internet. So, this is, for example, internet. Now, in private, this is being accessed, of course, in enterprise itself or privately. Naiintindihan ba yung sulat ko? Ganyan ako magsulat. Anyway, so when it comes to private, ibig sabihin yung enterprise lang or yung client lang na something like this is more of the legacy or traditional setup. Kasi yung deployment natin is parang sarili pa rin natin. Although, hindi na tayo yung nagpo-procure ng mga devices. Nakasubscribe tayo sa cloud dun sa provider. Pero, it's still within our company. Diba? So, private pa rin. So, kumbaga exclusive para sa organization. Okay? Now, syempre, yung hybrid, kaya natin siya tinawag na hybrid, it's a combination of this one. I mean, these two. So, ayan. This one, paano ba? Yan. And yan. So, combination si hybrid ng tinatawag natin na private and public. So, there are certain parts of the enterprise or organization that is being available to the public. And then the other parts is held only for private or dun sa mismong organization lang. Or for example, yung mga internal employees lang ang nakaka-access ng services or software or platform na yun. Di ba? Make sense? We're good with this? Ito yung pinaka-basic, ito yung kumbaga, fundamental information or knowledge na kailangan nating maintindihan when it comes to cloud computing. Hindi naman natin kailangan dibdibin to kasi unang-una, hindi naman na ito kasama talaga sa ccna exam. Although, nandun siya sa curriculum, pero yung pinaka-basic lang is yung terminologies. So, we go a little deeper para mas madagdagan pa yung information or yung knowledge mo, yung fundamental knowledge mo about this. So, sabi ko nga, consider this as a bonus lesson or as a bonus video para madagdagan yung knowledge or information mo when it comes to cloud computing. Okay, so I guess we're good. We've already done with this, what do you call this? We're already done with this, with this section, network topology and design. I guess the next would be, we're moving to another module or to another section, which is what we call, I guess we're moving na sa IP addressing. Okay? So, in summary, what we've talked about in this module or in this section is we learn and understand yung mga common network topologies and design na available in our networks today, as well as yung difference ng physical and logical topology. So, pinag-usapan natin yun nung una. And then we also talk about some basic and fundamentals about cloud. Right? So, I guess that's the summary or that's the end of this module or this section. I'm going to cut this lesson here. I'll see you on a brand new module or brand new section, which is IP addressing. Exciting yun. We're gonna, kumbaga, implement na what we've learned in the previous modules or in the previous sections. I'll see you there.